Welcome to the mathematics objective question. Make sure you stay tuned, watch to the end. We're going to take it one after another. NECO 2026, stay tuned. Let's go to question 1. So question 1 says, which of the following describe X union into Y intersection Z? So it's not option A, because what we have in option A is Y intersection Z, but no union. Not in option B, what we have is S intersection Y intersection Z. The same thing for equation option C. Option D, the correct option to this question is E. Option E. So number 1 is E. Number 2, find the value of X in the figure below where O is the center of the circle. We know that angle at center is twice angle at circumference. So 36 times 2 give us 72, which is option B. Then let's go to question 3. Question 3, it said, express this to series significant figure, which is 9, 8. Then approximate 7 to 9, which is 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, then triple 0, which is option D. Option D. Number 3 is option D. Number 4, you say find the number of sides of a regular polygon whose interior angle is this. We know that interior plus exterior is 180. So the exterior now is simply 180 minus 120. That will give us 60 degrees. And one exterior is 360 over n. So my n is simply 360 divided by 60. That value is 6. So it's option C. Number 4 is C. So let's continue. Number 4, C. Then number 5, you say express this is ordinary form. How many zeros is there? 10 minus 7. So let's count 7 zeros. 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the option is B. Number 5 is B. Then now move to number 6. Number 6 says what must be added to this to make it a perfect square. So let's say what must be added to be m. Having x squared plus 8x over 3 plus m. So the formula is b squared equals to 4ac. So what is my b? My b is 8 over 3. That will give, if I square it, I will have 64 over 9. It's equals to 4 times 1 times m. This cancel this. So my m now, which number must be added, is simply 16 over 9. That is option E. Number 5 is E. Let's go to question. Say 58 in mode 8. How do we express 58? 58 mode 8. So how many 8 is present in 58? Is 7. 7 times 8 is 50. So what is remaining is 2. So the remainder is 2, which is option D. Number 7D. Then number 8, say two places P, F and G are both sides of a parallel of latitude, which is 43 degree north, and divided by longitude of this 55 degree. It calculates the radius of the circle. We know that small arrow is big arrow cos alpha, which is 6400 cos 43. So what is that? You use a calculator. 6400 cos 43. That will give us 468.1, which is option C. Then number 9, so we should solve the equation. So since a factor of 2, I'm having 2 raised to the power 4x equals to 2 raised to the power 1 over 2 times 2 raised to the power 3. If I apply the law of indices, I'm having 1 over 2 plus 3x over 1. If I take MCM, 2 raised to the power 7 over 2. So 4x is equals to 7 over 2. So my s is simply 7 over 8, which is option D. Number 9 is D. So let's go to question 10. Said the volume of a sphere is this. So Vx is 4 over 3 pi r raised to the power 3. So I'm having 840 equals to 4 over 3 times 22 over 7 times r raised to power 3. We don't know the radius yet. So find the surface area. So we need the result to get the surface area. So my r raised to power 3 will give me 840 times 21 divided by 88. What are we having? If I divide from my side, 840 times 21 divided by 88, that will give us 200.45. So the radius now becomes the cube root of 200.45. What are we having? So the cube root of 200.45 will give us what? That will give us 5.85. Then the area is simply 4 pi r square. So I will square the value 5.85 square times 22 times 4 divided by 7. We are going to have 430.58, which is approximately 430. 10 is D. Let's go to 11. Let's see what we have there. It says we should simplify this value. We have 2x plus 1 over 6x plus 4x minus 3 over 2y. So my LCM is 6sy. So 6sy into 6s, so I'm left with y. That will give me 2xy plus y. The 6sy into 2y, I'm left with 3x. I'm left with 3x times 3x times this will give you 12x squared minus 9x. So what is our answer? So 12xy, so I'm having 14xy minus 9x plus y over 6xy. It's not clear here. Okay, it's not clear. So I will go with it's not clear. Let's go with number A. So trying to find out tomorrow, all you have to do is to take SCM. Now, so we should find the value of x. So we have x minus 2. We have x minus 2 give us plus minus the square root of 16, which is plus minus 4. So my s is now what? 4 minus 2 or minus 4 minus 2. So we're having 2 and minus 6. 2 and minus 6, which is option D. The correct is D. Let's go to 13. Let's go to question 13. Question 13 says, say a tan A is 1 kilometer due north of a tan C. A is due north of C. So if this is my C, so the A is on the northern part of it, which is 31 kilometers. So here's point A. Then B is 23 kilometers west of C. This is the western part of C. Then I have B, which is 23 kilometers. So I can join A to B. So I'm asking, find the bearing of bearing of A from bearing of A from B. So which is from here to here. Here is theta. Here is also theta. Alternate angles. So having opposite adjacent, and theta equals to 23 over 31. What would that give to us? 23 divided by 31. That will give us 0.75419. So my theta equals to tan inverse of 0.7419. So what is the tan inverse of that? That will give us approximately 36.6. So what are we having? 36.6. Let me check again. Opposite, which is 23 divided by, here is 61. I'm making a mistake already. 61 here. So 23 divided by 61. So that will give us a second function tan. The value is 21, approximately 21. Here is 61, not 30, not 31. So the value is A, approximately 31. So let's go to question 14. It say an aircraft fly from Q to arrow, calculate the distance between PQ or parallel latitude. So let's check. They have the same longitude, which is 38 degrees east. So this distance of a great circle. So what is the difference in latitude now? Difference in latitude, we'll have it 25 plus 72. That will give us 97. So we're having theta over 360 times 2 pi r, which is 97 over 360 times 2 times 22 over 7 times 6400. If I multiply divide, what will I have? 97 times 2 times 22, 6400 divided 2520. That will give us 10839, which is option A. 14 is A. Then move to 15. Let me erase this part. Let's move to 15. So we are having 25 in base x is equals to 32 in base 5. Here is 0, 1, 0, 1. So I'm having 2x plus 5 equals to 15 plus 2. You know what I mean? So here will give you 17 minus 5, which is 12. So our x is 6, which is option D. 15 is D. Let's go to 16. Let's go to 16. Let me erase this part. 15 D. Let's go to 16. Two dice are thrown together. Find the probability of getting odd numbers. If I throw two dice together, this is what I have. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So sample space is 36. Odd numbers that factor can be divided by 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, that is 18, which is 18 over 36. The answer is 1 over 2, which is option B. 16 is B. Then let's go to number 17. I go to 17. Here is B. You say find the median. So the easiest way of me doing this is to draw the column, which is here is 8, here is 10, 12, 15, 18, 20. Their frequency now start from 3, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1. I'll get my cumulative frequency. So here is 3, 8, 14, 17, 19, 20. So 20 over 2, which is the middle point, is 10. 10 fall under 14. The answer is 12. Then you see, calculate the distance between 2 points. It gave us 2 points. Let's get the distance. Number 17 is E. Distance now D is written as x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So if I put something in my value, my x2 is 4, so I'm having 4 minus 3 square plus y2 minus 3 plus 3 square. So I'm just having the square root of 1, or here is 0. The answer is 1. 18A. So let's see what question 19 have for us. Let's see. They give us this angle is 45. So here is right angle. Now means this angle A is also 45. It's A 45. This angle is 45, which is corresponding angle. So you should find OCD. 45 minus 180. That will give us 135, which is option B. 19 is B. So let's move to 20. So we should substitute the value. My x is 3, so I'm having 2 2 times 3 square is 9 times y is minus 4 times minus 5, which is z, 2y, which is minus 8 plus 5. That will give me minus 3. So the whole of this is minus 3. Cancel 3 here. Yeah, I'm left with 3. This is 20 times 6. That's 120. I'll be minus 120, which is option A. Then, so you should expand this. If you look very well, the number are the same, but sign are different. That is difference of 2 squared, which is sy squared, then ab squared, option A. Then number 22, see n very directly as m. So my n equals to km. So my k is now what? The mn, which is 8 over 20. 4 to 4 here is 5. So find the value of m now. So my m will give me what? My m is not n over k, which is 7 times 5 over 2. If you invert, that's 35 over 2, which is 17.5, option C. 22 is C. Then 23 is a, can see it clearly. 24, it said 2y plus 1 equals to 4 mod 7. So if I collect like terms, so let's add 7 plus 4 now, that will give us 11. 2y is now 11 minus 1, which is 10. So y will give us what? 5. So the answer is 5 mod 7, which is option B. That is 24. So let's check 25. It said find the percentage of good score at least 6. At least 6 means is 6 and above, which is from here down. That is at least 6. But let's get the total number, which is 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 7 plus 5 plus 1 plus 5 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2. That will give us 40. So this is 6, 12, 17. So I'm having 17 over 40 times percentage, which is 100. So we're having 1700 divided by 40. That will give us 1700 divided by 40. That will give us 42.5, which is option E. That is 25. Then 26. Let me erase this part. We said we should simplify this. We need to apply the concept of Bodman's division first. So I'm having 13 over 4 minus 1 over 2 divided by 4 over 3 times 8 over 9, which is 13 over 4 minus 1 over 2 times 3 over 4 times 8 over 9, which is 13 over 4 minus, there is now 3 over 8 times, after division go to multiplication, 8 over 9. So just go with this, I'm left with 1 over 3. So my LCM is what? Is 12. So if the LCM is 12, here will give me 39 minus what? Minus 4, which is now 35 over 12, which is C. 26 is C. Let's check 27. It said find the value of p if it has equal roots. So for equal roots, we know that b squared is equals to 4ac. So I'm having 4 roots p squared is equals to 4 times 4 times 3. So if I square this, I'm having 16p equals to 16 times 3. So 16 go with 16, p equals to 3. That is option E. Number 27 is option E. So let's check 28. Check 28. Say we should find 4x. So 4x means 4 will multiply everything. That will give me 16. Here is minus 32. Here is minus 44. Here is 20. minus 3y, 3 is multiplying everything, minus 15, there is 6, there is 0, there is 18. So I subtract, which is 16 plus 15, minus is plus, that will give me 31, that will give me minus 50. Let us check further. We have 31 minus 50. That's the only option there. Option C. Don't need to waste time. Then number 29. You say a bag contains 3 green and 2 brown. So my sample space is simply 3 plus 2, which is 5. See 2 bars selected at random. One after without. So this is without replacement. Find probability that they are of the same color. So the first is green, second is green, or first is brown, second is brown, which is 3 over 5 times 2 over 4. Without replacement, you're having 2 over 5 times 1 over 4, which is 6 over 20 plus 2 over 20. Answer is 8 over 20. We can go 4 here 2, 4 here 5. So our answer is 2 over 5, which is E. That's how you solve without replacement. So let's see what we have here. Number 30. Look at the question. So find the number of terms that gives you to give you this sum up to this. So my n term not C, and we know so that is the sum. Now they give us the sum. So I'm going to have xn equals to n over 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. So the sum of the term is 820 equals to n over 2. The first term is 1, 2 times 1 plus n minus 1. Common difference is also 1. I can multiply having 1640 is equals to n into n plus 1. That's what I will have there. So I have 1640 equals to n squared plus n. So if you rearrange this into almighty formula, you are going to solve for n to be simplified. Let me simplify with my calculator. Solve and n will give you 40. In fact, you can try it out. When n is 40, here it's now 40 squared plus 40. 1600 plus 40 will give us a 1640, which is the left hand side. So now we are asked to find the variance. Question 31. This is option E. I need to find the variance. To find the variance, I need to get the mean first. This is 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 9 over 4. Here is now 24 plus 4. This is 14 plus 10, that is 24. 24 over 4. The mean will give us 6. So 6 minus 6 is 0. That is square it, plus 6 minus 4 is 2. Square that is 4. 6 minus 5 is 1. Square that is 1. 6 minus 9 is 3. That is 9 divided by 4. So our answer is 14 over 4. So what is 14 divided by 4? That will give us 3.5, which is option C. 31 is C. So 32, we said if P is this, so 2P will give me what? I'm multiplying everything by 2. 2P will give me minus 4, 2, 6, 8 plus Q, which is 5, 2 minus 3 minus 1. So if you add up, here will give me 1 minus 1. Here is now 8 and 7. 1 minus 1, 8 and 7, which is option B. 33. So in standard form, I'm going to have, let me use my calculator directly. 0.0123.264. Standard for that will give us 2.64 times 10 raised to the power minus 5. So the square root of it, spread the square root of that, I'm going to have a root of 0.0003 264. I'm going to the standard form. That will give me 1.62 times 10 to the power minus 2, which is option E. Number, let's move forward. So what we have is to find the rate. We have to find the rate. The rate which is simple interest. We have interest as principal rate and time over 100. So the interest is 36,000. It's equals to principal is 240,000 times the rate times the time, which is 3, divided by 100. So if I simplify from a calculator, that will give me 34. That will give me option B. Answer will give me 5. Then 36. Let's see what we have here. 36 said if P varies inversely as the square of P. So P is inverse of Q, is inverse of P. So my K is now what? PQ square, which is QP square, which is 20 times of 9. That will give me 180. Then say find the value of P now. So my P now becomes 180 over what? What's my Q? My Q is not M. Yes, P square. So my P becomes square root of 180 over M, which is option C. Option C is 35. So let's see question 36. Question 36. 35 is C. Say if 15 is the mean of these numbers. So mean 15 equals to 4 plus 6 plus x plus 10 plus 5 divided by 5. So 15 times 5, I cross multiply. That will give me 75 minus 10 minus 10 minus 5. That will give us 50. So the value of x is 50, which is option D. Then it said number says just find the sum of the first 8 terms of a sequence, geometric sequence whose third term is, and 8 term is the third term, which is T3. Something as a arrow square, the value is 8. T8, which is a arrow 7, the value is 256. So if I simplify, I'm going to have arrow 5 equals to 256 divided by 8. What are we having? That will give us 32, which is also written as 2 raised to the power 5. So 5 go with 5, and arrow equals to 2. So let's find A by putting it to the first expression, which is this. If I put arrow here as 2, that will give me 4. So I'm having 4A is equals to 8. So A will also give me 2. So if A is 2 and arrow 2, how do we find the sum of the first 8 terms? So I'm having xn is equals to A into arrow raised to the power n minus 1 arrow minus 1, which is 2 into 2 raised to the power 8 minus 1 over 2 minus 1. Which is 2 bracket 256 minus 1, which is 255 times 2. That will give me 510. So use option E. 37 is E. So A and B, so this is alternate angles. A is 40, B is 40. Nothing to do there by applying the concept of alternate angle. Now, question 39 says, the bearing of 2 points P and Q, P and arrow from P. So P is the reference point. Let's say here is the P now. So Q is like this. Y arrow is like this. Here's now my P. Arrow is 120. So here is now 60. Here is now 30. Here is 30. Here will give us 60. The quadrant. The whole angle now is 90. So here is 5 and here is 12. So to find PQ now, we all apply Pythagoras theorem since the angle is 90. That will give us 13. Option B. So let's see 40. Let's see question 40. Let's see question 40. 40 says we should this is easy, that is that. So find the area. So let's get the height of the trapezium. Here is 16 also. Here, that means here is 4. To find the height now, we use Pythagoras theorem, which is root 80 square minus 4 square equals to a square, which is 80 minus 16 equals to a square. That will give us 64. So my h is now what? 8. So if I call here a1, here is a2. So my a1 is the area of triangle 1/2. The base is 4. The height is 8. Yes, so that will give me 16. a2 is the area of area of a rectangle, which is 16 times 8. 16 times 8 will give us what? 16 times of 8 give us 128. So 128 plus x is what are we having? That's 144, which is option D. 40D. Then let's look at 41. And look at 41. Let's see what we have then. It said the figure shown below shows amounts when spend and income. Use the if the amount saving for the year. So for 1 year, person save 120,000 naira. Say find how much is spent on. So the year and year is 35, year is 35. Year will be 18. Savings will be 18%. For year and year they are the same. Then the school fees will be also. So if I add up minus 100%, so I'm having 100 minus 35 minus 13 minus 35. Here is now 17%. So if I calculate, I mean 100%, the value is 120,000. 80% will give me what? I don't know. So if you simplify, I'd also do for 70%, then so will give us E. So let's see number 42. So if you find log 7.2, no need, just use your calculator to press this. Now 7.2 is 10. Calculator is divided to base 10. So just press log 7.2. The answer is 0.8572, which is option C. Then so we should expand this. I'm going to have 2x squared plus 4x minus x minus 2, which is 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2, which is option A. Then let's go to 44. So where we have 64, we have something like this now. This is what we have. Here is 64 degrees. Okay, so this line and this line are parallel. I can draw. Here is 3G. Here is also 3G. Alternate angles. Here is G. So what do we have here? So here is now 180 minus 3G, complementary angles. So I'm having 64 plus 180 minus 3G equals to G. That means sum of two interior equals to exterior. So 64 plus 180, that is 224 equals to 4G. So 224 divided by 4, that's 61, option A, 44A. Then number 45. So what do we have here? That's number 45. So we have a similar triangle. Here is XT, here is PQ, arrow, and the question say S and T are the midpoints. That means here and here they are the same, here and here are the same. And they gave us here as W, here is parallel to here. So now if I call here X, here is also X, Y, here is also Y. So we are looking for the sum of ST and Q arrow. So let's get the value of Q arrow by applying the concept of similar triangle. So I want to do similar triangle now. I'm going to have xt is proportional to qr, then px proportional to pq. So I'm having w over x equals to qr over 2x. So s cancel s. So my qr now give me 2w. So qr plus, which is ts, answer is 3w, which is e. So let's see question 46. 46. Say differentiate, which is quotient rule. We have v du over the x minus u dv over the x over v squared. So what is v? My v is x plus 1. The u ds now is 2 minus u, which is 2s times 1 over x plus 1 squared. If I simplify this, I'm having 2s plus 2 minus 2x over x plus 1 squared. Let's go with this. Our answer is just 2 over x plus 1 whole squared, which is option D. So let's see question. All these are not cleared, but this, let's see what can we do here. I can factorize 2x, x squared minus 16 equals to 0. So s is simply what? Plus minus 4. So it's minus 4 or plus 4 is 7, it's e. So let's check. This is also variation. No, these numbers are not clear. Let's get check 58. So you say p very directly at the square root of q. So p equals to k root q. So my p is 3 equals to k times 4. Square root of 16 is 4. So my k is simply 3 over 4. So find q now. So I'm going to have 6 as 3 over 4 and the square root of q. So here is 2. Here will give me 8. 8 squared is 64. 58 is b. Then so we should find the minimum value of this expression. So all I have to do is to differentiate first. When I divide the x, will give me 6x minus 3, which is 0. So s will give me 1 over 2. Okay, if I put it back, I'm having 3 into 1 over 2 all squared minus 3 bracket 1 over 2. It's not 3 over 4 minus 3 over 2. So LCM now is what? LCM is 4. So I'm having 3 minus 6, answer minus 3 over 4, which is E. 59 is E. So let's 660. It said, what is the point of cross in beans? Beans is 105, so I'm having 105 degrees over 360 over, okay, e total crop is 300, so 105, I don't know, the 360 is 300. So matter of doing a related, so I'm having 300 times calculator is malfunctioning. So 300 times 105 divide 360. That will give us calculator is malfunctioning. Okay, let me reset it. Okay, so I'm having 105 times 300 divided 360. That will give us E, which is we're having 29.2. That's option E. So this is all we can take for now. Let's go to the other part of the theory. I'll get back to you on that. So you can reach us on this channel and pages. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. See you in our next theoretical part of it from different states. So stay tuned.